We're back. Well, at least me and Toto are. Obviously, the Queen is not here, and that's for good reason. Like many of us, she is staying home, and distance right now is a physical barrier with us being together. So, as the Queen said, the show must go on. So she encouraged me to have a Porchcast, even though it's just the two of us, Totes. So I'll tell you, today I'm not going to talk about details of the coronavirus. I'm not going to tell you to wash your hands or go shopping or anything that you've heard on the news. We've heard so much about it. It's been overwhelming, the amount of information. So what I'm here today to do is to encourage and also maybe to provide a different perspective. One of our words on our website is to enlighten with a new perspective. So we encourage, we empower, and we enlighten. So I hope to do that today just by sharing kind of a story that happened to me yesterday and also some other thoughts. So yesterday I went to get gas, and when I pulled in the gas station, I noticed that a man had his car blocking one of the entrances, and his wheel was literally bent and looked like it was falling off. And so as I pulled into the other entrance and was getting my gas, I approached him and asked if he needed some help. And he was very kind, and he said that he had already called for help. And I just looked at him and I couldn't help. It just kind of spewed out. I said, "You are so fortunate. Praise the Lord that your tire didn't fall off in the middle of the highway." And here it is, right in front of the gas station. And he agreed and was very grateful, and we chatted and exchanged conversation for a little while. But it just made me think as I got in my car that so many things in life that are inconveniences are really a blessing in disguise, because that could have instead been an inconvenience for that man, could have been a huge accident and a life-changing course to his life had that tire come off on the highway. So I hope what I did for him yesterday and what I'm talking to you about today is this whole idea of new perspective and gratitude. That despite the chaos, despite what's happening with the coronavirus worldwide, there are so many things for us to be grateful for. And maybe, just maybe, instead of focusing all of our attention and immersing ourselves in every news bit of information and every update, maybe, just maybe, this is a time to be still. My devotion yesterday was from Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. And I just think it's really interesting that everything is kind of shutting down, all the entertainment, all the sporting events, and that we're kind of contained at home now, and that we're supposed to have some social distance from people, that we are to be home. And for me, I think it's great. I love being home. In fact, I have done kind of the self-isolation a little bit myself, just intentionally, to get writing done, and I enjoy the break. And I enjoy the time of stillness. And so I encourage you during this time to look for the silver lining, to look at this time of stillness and this time maybe at home to maybe reestablish some new routines with your kids. Maybe family dinner night will come back. Maybe game night. Maybe you'll have time to write that letter to somebody that you haven't, thought about in a while. Or, how great is it to get a letter in the mail? So just to show some gratitude, to say thank you for being in my life. That's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to take this time, instead of, like I said, immersing myself in the news, to take this extra time now to just be thankful and to tell people about it, starting with a story that I wrote. So you'll see more about it in the newsletter, and I hope that you read my story about an unexpected stranger who came into my life at the perfect time. God put her right in the seat next to me, and it totally changed the course of my life. And I'm just so grateful for Judy. So you can read all about that story. And I also wanted to tell you just some thoughts that I've learned kind of through the years, that when we focus on something, it becomes life. We bring it to life. And I've had to stop myself, especially through the years. I'm divorced, so when you have broken relationships, you sometimes have a reason to be negative or to tell your story or to share, you just got to get it out. And I realize that whenever I do that I'm bringing life to this situation. So whenever I speak those words, I'm bringing life to it. And it seems like now with this coronavirus, we're hearing it. It's being brought to our life in every direction, on the internet, on TV, everywhere. And so in discussions. So I'm trying to kind of shut some of that down and to say, I'm not going to let all of this news overtake my life and create fear, because even when I turn on the nightly news, which is the one thing that I watch, just the music alone and the way that the whole newscast starts is one of just breaking news and this urgency and this fear. It creates and instills fear in people. And so I encourage you this week to kind of monitor that and monitor what that does to you, because it raises my levels of anxiety. And so I already know what I need to do. I already have that information. I don't need to keep just going over and over. And I've said it before, that when you're around it enough, you become it. And what we immerse and we take into our minds and through our eyes, what we read, what we watch, will overtake us. And I think that's what's happened in a lot of cases with people, and that's a lot of where this fear is coming, that it's just we're constantly bombarded with it. So I don't want to downplay it. We need to be wise. We need to take all precautions, which I'm doing, which is why the Queen is not sitting right here next to me, but she will be sometime soon, I hope. But we also don't want to live in fear. We want to be still and know that God is in control of all this, and this too shall pass. So anyway, I also just want to encourage you to be grateful. And maybe this week is a week to think about who you are most thankful for in your life, and to write them a letter or send them a text or a note. And I'll be doing that. So I hope you follow my lead. So that is my note of encouragement today. I hope that you stay tuned. I think in the next couple weeks, there's so much uncertainty, but why not talk about gratitude? Let's be grateful. I'm just grateful to be here, to be able to be here with you and to have my little Toto on my lap. And there's just much to be grateful for. So in our days ahead, let's focus on that and have some gratitude, and maybe turn the television off or turn it to the Hallmark Channel. And let me tell you, I got a very welcome surprise in my closet the other day. Guess what I found? Oh, sorry, Totes. Look at this. I am grateful that I have toilet paper, because apparently there's a run on this, Toto. Did you know that? There is a run on this. So, and I'm happy to share a roll. So anyway, that's all for today. Let's be grateful and get through this together. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.